Hello to everyone. In a couple of days, there will be the general elections in Venezuela. But these elections will bring a change in the country. It will mark that event, the end of the dictator Nicolás Maduro, or it will be a simple continuation of the repression of Venezuelan people. This is what we are going to analyze in this video. But before going on with the presentation, please give me your like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. So, the situation in Venezuela is particularly tense because there are rumors that talk about the possibility that Nicolás Maduro, the dictator, is about to leave Venezuela and maybe to go to Turkey, where he has amassed a huge amount of money. We talk about $4 to $5 billion. And this is one of the rumors. So there are people that are saying that he is tired and probably is about, as I said, to leave the country. At the opposite, if we listen to Maduro's speech, it is particularly aggressive and it threats the opposition. It threats the opposition with a bloodbath. It threats the opposition with the phantom of civil war. And it is, as I said, particularly aggressive in the tone. So, what will be the Venezuelan situation? In order to understand what will be the future after Sunday, the 28th of July, we have to think about few facts. The first of these facts is that Maduro and its inner circle are required by the Justice Department in the United States for many crimes. And among these crimes, we have drug trafficking, money launderers, etc., etc., etc. They have a reward, a very high reward, because they are implicated in drug trafficking. This is the first factor. The second factor is that in Venezuela there is a very important drug cartel that is called Cartel de los Soles. So it is very unlikely, in my opinion, that they will let the administration of the country to the opposition. That's the first important fact to be understood. The second fact, as I said, for Maduro, there are very few countries where he can go freely. So it is difficult to think that they will let the power in a peaceful way. Unfortunately, most of the voters probably will experience a very huge fraud, a very huge electoral fraud. And so the main question that we have to answer is, after they will discover the fraud, what they will do? Will they remain home or they will go to the street and protest? The leader of the opposition, Maria Corina Machado, has been threatened that in case of protest, she will be jailed. In the past, the leaders of the oppositions had been jailed as well, Leopoldo López and even Enrique Capriles Radosky. So it means that the Chavist, the dictator, the regime, will not allow any sort of protest. At this point, there is another very important consideration that had to be made. The consideration is that the opposition was never so strong and so united against the regime. So, the pivotal question or the pivotal factor that could change everything in Venezuela are the Venezuela army. So, usually the Venezuela army has supported unconditionally the regime. This unconditioned support have seen the repression of Venezuelan people during protest, the killing through the use of snipers, and the use also of paramilitary forces in order to suppress the protest. The paramilitary forces, for example, are called the colectivos in Spanish. Now, the question is, as I said, or is better to say the pivotal question is, if the military, the army, the Venezuelan army, will support in total the regime and the fraud, or if they will turn against Mr. Maduro. This is the factor that could change everything, the pivotal aspect. Because if there are areas of the military that will support the opposition, it is possible also to consider the possibility that Maduro will be obliged to flee the country, Maduro and his inner circle. But, as I said, it is, in my opinion, not the most likely possibility that will happen after the election. I think, it's my impression, that after the election, Venezuela will discover that there had been a huge fraud, and I am afraid that there will be protest, rightful protest, of course, very rightful protest, but that they will be repressed with a very strong response. So it is what I'm worried of. Anyway, we will have to wait a few days and to see what's happening in Venezuela, and finally, if Venezuela will be free from the Chavismo. We have also to think that Maduro regime has the support of Cuban special forces. I'm referring to the Black Bees. Also, they have the support of Russians and some Russian special forces. So, therefore, it will be, in my opinion, a very difficult transition, even if, as we expect, the opposition will overwhelmingly win the elections. But Venezuelans are used to big frauds. So we will see what happened, and we will have the answer in a few days. Let's hope for Venezuelan and for Venezuela that there will be a change this time. Thank you.